Zenless Zone Zero just finished their anniversary patch livestream, and it might be the biggest account-changing update the game has ever had. Remielle and Sigrid are obviously here to steal the spotlight, but unlike last year where we got a free standard S-rank selector, this year we're getting a limited S-rank selector and their signature W engine on top of that. The top-up reset for spinning players, brand new enhancements to characters like Nekomata, hello? There's even rewards hidden behind some events and cool permanent modes that could completely change how you play your account for the rest of Season 3. And we're getting the introduction of a brand new system that will make losing your 50/50s a lot less painful. So let's recap everything coming in 3.1, including details you might have missed. Are you tired of losing? Are you tired of losing those 50/50s to bullshit? Well, don't worry, big dog, I got just the deal. Let me show you a popular website that helps gamers buy more for less. Not only can you score games for less, but they've also gotten a partnered top-up services, meaning you can buy your pulls cheaper too.
Oh, that's nice.
On top of that, Enigma offers something else I haven't seen any other site do: a 10% cash back with each purchase. Now I get cheaper pulls and my money back. But wait, there's more. Using my link in the description box will get you all set up to start saving more money today. Now get out there and go pull that new character. The first thing they spoke about was how version 3.1 was doing a lot more than continuing the story. We're getting the next chapter of Roscalifer's storyline, which looks sad as f. 2 new S-rank agents, another new attribute mechanic, and a brand new permanent roguelike mode on top of summer events, anniversary rewards, more agent potential unlocks, improvements to the new player experience, new outfit options, and even a future Zenless cross Honkai Staro collaboration tease. I'm mostly indifferent about that one, but damn, that's a lot of stuff, right? But if I'm being honest, the reason this patch feels so important is because it's hitting almost every type of player. If you're new, the game is making your early progression significantly easier. If you're free to play, there's a frick ton of rewards and new account decisions to play around. If you're a veteran, there's brand new in-game content with several older agents getting some massive value out of all of it. So now you're probably asking yourself, what does this patch actually do for me that changes my account? Before I answer that question specifically, let's knock the story stuff out of the way. The trailer for 3.1 makes me glad I'm finally catching up to the 3.0 side of things. The proxy's journey on Roscalifer is bringing a lot of familiar faces from New Eridu to Celestial Island, and we're connecting the dots on so much that happened in the proxy's past before the big explosion. We're also introduced to Truvia, the daughter of some big corporation. I thought she was some random character, but apparently she used to be best friends with Bell and Wise and was actually a student of the hero that we're constantly in the shadow of. So now we have this old friend who now becomes this ghost of a friendship situation going on. And that's immediately making the next part of the story feel a lot more personal. We're also meeting Linvern, I think is how you pronounce her name, which, timeout, she's hot as who was in the lab cooking with this adult tsundere brat vibe? I don't even care that she's part of the Dawn family right now, but then again, I guess I should because she's directly tied to Sigrid, and I'm more excited for her gameplay than Remielle's. Speaking of Remielle, her story seems to be getting even darker. We already know she's being hunted by the Airspace Patrol as a wanted criminal, but it looks like the next story patch is digging deeper into her past, the previous attacks she's done, and some mysterious figure known as the Enchanter. And then something silly and not so serious, but probably useful, is Ao's getting a new whip. I thought it was just another small add-on at first, but it looks like Zenless is taking their exploration features a lot more seriously in Season 3 and working hard to move hollow exploration away from menus and into actual spaces you can run through. The game is becoming less like a choose a route on a board and more like enter the hollow, decide what you want to do and see how far you can go, or something like that. All right, boys, now I can start answering that question from earlier and we can finally talk about Remielle. Yes, I know. Yap. That's all EO does. Shut up. Anyway, Remielle is our brand new S-rank anomaly agent coming in with the new Lumen or Lumaflux attribute. The game says one thing and the live stream says another. Anyway, her main gimmick is kind of interesting. Her damage attribute changes depending on the next agent in your team, so instead of being locked into one damage type, Remielle can adapt based on who you bring alongside her. That gives her a tremendous amount of flexibility against different enemies, essentially giving her a positive matchup to anything in the game. And it helps out especially for when you're building teams around multiple anomaly reactions. Her gameplay is also designed around leaving the field and supporting the rest of the team with destructive laser beams from the heavens. You build up her resources, enter her aerial state, and then swap between your other two anomaly agents. While she's off field, she can continue supporting the team, crowd control enemies, and build up lumen charges all on her own. Lumen charges are basically her designated anomaly bar that you can see here with the 4 ticks. She has multiple ways to build up those charges too, which means there's definitely a combo or two you're going to need to learn when she's on the field to get her game plan started as fast as possible. From what the live stream showed off, basic 4 gives 1 charge while EX skill gives 2. When those charges are ready, Remielle will trigger a unique reaction called refraction, or I think refringe, whatever. It's in the live stream. They have 2 words. You know what I'm saying. Refraction is going to consume all the charges while increasing the overall damage of whatever anomaly you're matched to. It also helps Remielle build up these bullet things for her much larger attacks. Then she also has a second meter similar to most characters in the game now. Once you build up enough floating radiance, you can enter her aerial state by holding the skill button. At this point, triggering a quick assist into your main DPS. While she's firing lasers against the enemy, the rest of your team is attacking and building up their respective anomaly meters. A lot of damage types and statuses are being converted for her Lumaflux buildup to then turn that into something called Void Flare, which is what will lead you into her big Giga Mode version of the final burst. It's the second animation she does after entering the air. From what they said, there is going to be a way to take her out of the sky and gain back control, which is where you'll hold basic attack and unleash everything she has. She also has another special animated move. Yes, I know she has multiple, but whatever. And this one is the first time, if I'm not mistaken, that I think we've seen an enhanced assist attack. After she triggers refraction 3 times, she maxes out her void flares and unleashes a special assist attack, which looks like an entire ultimate. Now, from a little bit of digging that I've done, apparently this is another entry skill, which I think we've seen from one of the previous characters. And if you're familiar with Wuthering Waves, it's basically an intro skill. So that means Remielle has an enhanced skill, an enhanced basic, the first enhanced assist attack in the game, and a devastating ultimate that basically counts twice. Yeah, she's definitely a void hunter. Remielle looks way more insane than I gave her credit for. She's basically supporting the team from the sky while she builds her own resources, then comes crashing down for this gigantic explosion of damage. And I think this is where her account value really starts to shine. Remielle doesn't look like a character who only fits one very specific team. It's almost like she's specifically designed to work with every anomaly-based comp in the game and then adjust based on the matchup of what you're fighting instead of just the team. Now, I don't think that means everybody needs to pull her, but I would find it hard to not believe she's going to be a massive staple in anomaly teams moving forward. Though, to be fair, at this point, we have way more archetypes for anomaly than any other damage type in the game right now. If your account already has strong anomaly teams, it's a no-brainer that you need to pick up Remielle. In the second half of the update, we're getting Sigrid. She's an S-rank ice attack agent, and her gameplay is built around maintaining a particular rhythm with her skills. It's not like Soldier 11, but it is synonymous in concept. Instead of finding the rhythm with her inputs, you're finding the rhythm with each of her unique attacks. Several of her attacks count towards unleashing her converging spear, and when one of those attacks connects to the enemy, she activates her aerial patrol spear form. It's almost like an install from Guilty Gear, and those unique moves are her basic attack 4, dodge counter, EX special attack, chain attack, and I think the ultimate. They didn't say it, but I saw it, so I know it. Whatever is labeled as an unbridled spear skill is what you're going to be looking for. At this point, she gains 1 shot to use her enhanced basic attack and unleash a converging spear, which has me really excited for how she's actually going to perform. This is because it essentially hard prevents the anti-mashing agenda that I promote. And the cool part about that is that you can only activate these converging spears when her bar is blue. But if the bar runs out of meter, then you lose everything. All the buffs you built up, the points, the skills, everything gone. To some players, I know that might seem annoying because they don't want to pay attention to the extra things, but to someone like me, that's such an intuitive way to get players to lock in and actually pay attention to the game in front of them. I love that. On top of that, she significantly increases her crit rate after each use of Convergent Spear. I'm almost positive significantly here means it's over a 50% increase minimum. So Sigrid isn't just about pressing the biggest attack whenever it's possible. You're alternating between different abilities, maintaining her new state, and then using Converging Spear to build longer and stronger combo sequences. Naturally, I can see her playing the best with stun agents that work off-field, like Trigger, Norma, Fufu, and even potential unlock Lycon. She's even got a few quality of life improvements too. The shield she has isn't just for show. In the middle of all of her skill chaining, instead of going for a dodge counter and breaking your cycle, you can just push through the enemy's attacks by perfectly blocking with her shield during the first 2 phases of Converging Spear. Whenever she's in her install state, her EX meter consumption is reduced, and whenever she smacks a stunned enemy with her chain attack, she'll enter an upgraded version of her install called the Encroaching Ice State, I think was the name of it. She basically gets a free full Converging Spear sequence that doesn't take away from whatever you had before with enhanced damage. Sigrid seems easy enough to understand on paper, but playing her efficiently will be a challenge. If you want to play Sigrid at a basic level, maybe you can get away with using her main attacks and then following whatever prompts pop up, but if you want to maximize her damage, you need to understand the timing, maintaining her install state, and take advantage of her perfect block interactions for free spears. After the characters, we can jump into the reruns and what to expect. Now, I will be making a completely separate video that goes more in depth on which character is the best for you to pull, but in the meantime, Remielle's channel will be first, and it's available through the entire version 3.1 patch, meaning you don't need to panic pull immediately after the update starts if you're unsure about what you want. Along with her comes Arya's first rerun banner, which is perfect for players who still don't have a strong anomaly main DPS. If you skipped the DPS for Valina, this path might have worked out for you. Sigrid then rushes in during the second half of the version and comes with the special rerun banner from last year's anniversary patch. This special rerun channel brings Dailin, Yuzuha, and Harumasa, who finally gets a rerun after 540 days. This banner though is particularly special because it's 20% off the first 10 pull, and whatever you select is guaranteed, but it's only once. The same also applies to the W engine, and yes, you can swap around the targets with whatever banner is active as much as you want. It's not going to reset your pulls until you get what you're looking for. Lastly, there's this new Bang Boo that looks really solid too. Ariel is her name, and she has a natural CC effect that pulls all enemies in towards her. I don't expect this to work against large enemies or bosses, but for all the pesky mobs and Shiyu defense, this is going to be an absolute breeze. She also gives the team stronger buffs depending on how many enemies are gathered. Then if Remielle is on the team, Ariel naturally gives the full set of buffs regardless of how many enemies are pulled in, even without having Remielle on the team or your account. Ariel has a lot of potential as a Bang Boo alone. After the characters, we get another permanent game mode that I'm excited for, and it's not an in-game mode. It's something I can do for fun that I was just asking for in the last patch. Enigma Labyrinth is a new mode where players get to explore the hollow, collect resources, fight enemies, upgrade your equipment, and more. It's being treated like a proper roguelike now, and frickin' finally. The original Hollow Zero was fun when the game first launched, but it was always missing something. I'm personally still pushing for co-op to be added, but maybe it'll happen in time. Anyway, in this mode, the deeper you go, the more valuable rewards you get, but that also increases the danger. New versions of enemies will start spawning in like the Reaper from Persona 3 after you spend just a little too long in the Hollow. Within the Labyrinth, you can also use the supplies you gather to improve your abilities, unlock new areas, repair the research station, and ultimately create stronger equipment for equipment for future runs. Dang, read correctly, EO. Haha, don't laugh at that. Like, don't, if I see anyone laughing in the comments, you're banned. Enigma Labyrinth is also coming with 2 new combat systems that are currently exclusive to this mode. The first one uses Pyroeus as an extra assist, helping you parry, block, perform specific movement options, and execute enemies under certain conditions. The second system is pretty interesting, but reminds me of Echoes from Wuthering Waves. You basically transform into an ethereal and use whatever their abilities are to help you in the Hollow. There's a lot to this game mode that looks like fun, so I'm not gonna spoil it all here, but definitely look forward to it. The rewards are connected to both weekly weekly and seasonal progress, similar to how Divergent Universe works in Star Rail. And you're not forced to play one Hollow Zero or another for specific weekly progress. Either of them works, so you can pick and choose whatever you want to do. The new characters are going to get the most attention on day one, but a permanent mode is what gives players something new to keep returning to after the anniversary hype settles down. Of course, it's not a summer event without a beach event. There's going to be multiple activities we can do featuring Lucy, Sigrid, and Remielle in their summer skins. Oh boy, I don't know why I did that. Anyway, we get Lucy's for free just by completing the event, and the other two can be purchased separately or in a bundle. I actually think this is the first time they're doing a bundle, which is kind of cool, but it is what it is. Anyway, the actual anniversary rewards are way better than I expected. First, players can receive 1600 polychrome just for logging in, and then another 10 pull during the second half of the event. There's some mini events in between too that give random amounts of polychrome, which of course is all going to add up. But the big one is everyone is getting a free S-rank agent selector. Yes, free, like literally free, okay? Not the fake free, the real free. Unlike last year's standard, this one includes limited S ranks. Listen to me, limited. As I mentioned earlier, I'll make a separate video about this stuff, but TLDR, this isn't something you want to claim willy-nilly. If you're new, wait a bit until you understand what your account is missing and then pull. If you already have 2 strong DPS, but you lack a flexible support or stun agent, then you're looking at Trigger or Lucia. But then there's a possibility you own the agents, but not the signature engine, and that's a whole different plan of action. The anniversary also resets the top up for my spending players, so use today's sponsor Enigma to help your boy out. LOL SpaghettiOs, I just slipped that in there. Anyway, there's also a spinning event in the game too, giving you another selector featuring Seed, Astra. Why did I write Seed twice? Wait, crap, who else was it? Seed, Astra, and frick, Vivian. There we go, Vivian, Seed, Astra, and Vivian. Or you can skip all that, choose the 2 tickets, and then pick something else entirely in the shop that we already have. Even with that, we're not done yet, because there's even more things that would influence your decision. Coming in 3.1, we're going to have a new preference system for S ranks that matches what Honkai Star Rail does. We now have the option to select 6 preferred agents from the available list, including both standard and limited, to lose the 50-52. So instead of losing to only standard characters, now you can potentially improve limited characters you already own or get them for free for the first time. There's also A ranks, A rank W engines, and S rank engines that will be included in this system too. On top of that, because some of you might still be under the impression that standard agents aren't worth it, Jane, Nekomata, and Rena are the next batch of characters to receive potential unlock upgrades. We don't have full details on what they do yet, but that may change after I get access to the CE server this weekend. Combining all of that into practice, this could get older accounts to revisit any older character like Jane or Caesar, instead of immediately treating them like they're outdated, because now it's technically free to lose. Again, free in quotation marks there. Zenless devs are not only pushing new characters, but now they're trying to extend the lifespan of agents players already invested in, which is huge. I'm not saying any of these upgrades make the character meta-defining or drastically changes the game. For all I know, Jane comes out and literally sucks balls, but I am saying that the direction they're going is absolutely fantastic so far. Finally, the other major account level change is the new player experience. The old trial guide is being replaced with a new guide for beginning proxies. This guide is going to include agent development advice, team recommendations, more clear objectives, and progression reminders based on your current account level. It will also point players towards content that gives polychromes, more experience, and other important resources they'll need while leveling up. Trial missions are being adjusted as well, helping curve new players into the systems of Zenless instead of feeling like they're being thrown into a pile of systems to figure it all out on their own. Veteran players aren't being left out either, and we're going to get the sum up of rewards that haven't been claimed once the new system takes place. I think at some point in the stream, they also mentioned adjusting the required experience to progress from levels 20 to 50, which would speed up your ascension to in-game ready accounts much faster. I don't know why I said that. Speed up your... I can't even cut that out because, like I said, whatever. You know what I'm saying. So is Zenless 3.1 the huge anniversary patch we were all expecting? If I were asking myself that question and I had to answer it, I would say, yeah, I think it is, but not because Remielle looks amazing. This entire update gives players a free exclusive agent and signature W engine, adds a new permanent roguelite game mode, improves the new player experience in early game, gives older agents new value, and a bunch of other stuff. This is the patch to get back into the game or start off with an insanely strong account. But you let me know which agents you're choosing for free in the anniversary rewards. Are you pulling for Remielle, saving for Sigrid, or going after some of the reruns? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you want to keep an eye out for more Zenless guides, account advice, cool tech, and entertaining challenge videos, then make sure you subscribe or Baba Yaga will suck your toes. Now I can't say my usual outro because it's inappropriate for YouTube. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Smell you later. I said subscribe twice there. Dude, this whole script is like 10 pages long. I'm 3,400 words deep, guys. If you couldn't tell, this took a lot. Peace out, Girl Scouts.